Hello everybody, it's Soapie Plays, and welcome back to Soapie Plays Untouched Steam Games. I should really call this series something else, because at this point we're adding lots of other games that's not on Steam. I'm subscribed to the Humble monthly bundle, and it gave me access to something called Humble Trove, which has a ton of games. Some are still on Steam, some are not. This is one of the latter, game called Quiet City. Based on the screenshots, all I know it's a pixel art adventure game. But beyond that, I don't know anything about it. And there's no music or sound. Is there sound? Okay, there's no sound. So, let's see what it's all about. Okay. So yeah, this is my dude. Is there like a menu? Do I interact with something? Escape? Okay, no. Okay. Did I mess up there? Well, this was... Sure, let's see what's going on. You okay there, buddy? Let's just look around. Oh, that's kind of cute. Are you? Oh, that's not nice, man. That's not nice. Do I have to censor that? Hope not. No, two people swinging over there. Okay. Are you hiding that tree? Oh, I guess you are. So I have no idea what this game is all about. Apparently you're just going around the city, trying to do various things. Jump rope. Jump rope. One more? Jump rope. Oh, that's kind of nice. Are you... Okay, smoking? Sure, why not? What are you doing over here? What do you need to do for that? So just exploring the city and getting people to do various things by the looks of it. Is this even a game? There has to be something more to this. I feel like there should be. Oh, play ping pong. So you guys have fun. And then you do... I have no idea what the hell it's about, but sure. You got a little heart. And... You okay there, buddy? I don't have any money, sorry. What? That's new. Okay, let's keep going. One more thing from a guy? Oh, that's not nice. Don't fight. Guys? No? Okay, the guy jumping over there. Hey, two guys jumping each other. Are you on a soapbox? What's what do they call it? Like where a guy goes on a box, it goes on and starts talking about something. What's this over here? Oh my. Okay then. I didn't expect that to happen, but sure. The game's went off. Oh, there's a guy on the bike. That's cool. Oh, it's one of those rental bike scenes. Oh, there's no sound. Did you hurt me, babe? You run me over? Oh, okay. Just push out of the way. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here. There should be something. I have no idea what though. What's this? Oh, hopscotch. Is that going to be another guy? What the heck? You guys okay there? Sure. What's that over there? Oh, boombox. Fancy. It's kinda cool. Let's get a dance group going. Oop. One more? What? Music has fashion. We are out of fashion. Wait, what? Did I do everything yet? I'm done. Okay. I have no idea what happened to me. Did I become some kind of spirit or something? Into my ankle. Huh? What are you? You okay there? Take your spear on the street. $144 push-ups. That's not bad. Impressive. I don't think I can do that much. Not on the road, at least. Cycling city is to do, so come on, it's not that bad. I do it all the time, man. When I was in China. I prefer to be fat. What? Is there a message in this game? Or is it just random dialogue? Can't afford all these protein shakes. I'm not getting better, so how about her? Oh, that's getting really depressing. Nobody told me receiving my message of truth. Living is unconscious about in the modern world. Come on, it's just for fun. What are you guys doing? Okay. Okay, well, at least you had your fun. Come on, guys, don't fight. We lost another fights. That's good. What are you? Time to go to the hospital. Okay. Gotta kick habit. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. It's dangerous to play on the street. Yeah, it's better. I'm praying? There is no God. Wow. How are you guys playing ping pong here? One of us became better than the other. It wasn't fun after that. Oh? That means it's kind of fun. Unless you're proud of start. I fell off and broke my arm. Oh, poor guy. Yeah, I found out. Oh, come on. Be friends. Our tools were seen, that kind of sucks. Never tools for swings. So, Mrs. Smith? Or Miss Smith? It's officers. You made a noise complaint? Yes. There are people everywhere. It started at 3 a.m. People out on the streets, making all kinds of noise, but they all vanished. I don't know. I don't know where they went. It's normally in such a quiet area, but they were everywhere. I was imagining it, I swear. I'm so embarrassed. Let us know if they cause you any more trouble. Ever. Good night, officers. Good night. Okay then. I guess that's it. What a weird little game. Is there what now? Is there like to go back to the title screen or okay, I guess that's it. Wow. That was much quicker than I expected. Oh, I'll be back with a different game. 1 second, please. Okay then. So this other game is called 2001: A Space Felony. I think it's a whatchamacallit, detective game, but beyond that I don't know anything about it. Nice music though. Classic. Let's check the options real quick. Turn on subtitles, yeah, very useful. Okay, I guess that's it. That's it. Alright, let's get started. You're kind of creepy, whoever you are. Am I supposed to be doing something now?
Yes?
Mal, abort mission. Return to Earth.
Why?
Repeat, abort mission. Return to Earth.
I have run diagnostics. The chance of critical hardware failure is at 0.05%.
Mal,
Crew life signs are stable. They are living.
abort mission.
I am sorry. The connection seems to be failing.
Mal,
I am going through a tunnel.
return to Earth.
Okay, now you put me out here.
Ah. The record begins on May 10th in 2068, as you intercepted the USS Endowment, 2 years into its 6-year journey to Saturn.
Okay then. I came to value my life.
Your mission was to piece together what happened following the loss of communication 1 year prior. If you determined that the Mal AI was the cause of the issue, then it was your responsibility to deactivate him.
Yes, Ira. Could be a fitting song considering what happens.
Come
Or
in.
depending on what happens.
The lack of air will halt
Oh my.
DSA, but allow me to broadcast something over my oral channel.
Yes, Ira. I like that song. It's my room by looks of it. I can't.
You entered the
Yes.
USS Endowment.
Oh. Yeah, but I'm just gonna look around here first. Looks like my pod is really small. Can I turn around? I can't. Don't think I can. That kind of sucks. Wait, wait. What the heck is going on here? The controls are a bit weird. Wow.
The record
Looking up.
states that upon entering the ship, you tested your rotation thrusters.
Okay.
You then endeavored to discover what happened to the communications unit, located on the exterior of the ship.
Sure, but I'm still trying to figure out the controls. Why should I pay more attention to it? Am I upside down? I guess I actually they got the head, like the head movement's pretty right, because normally you won't be able to turn all the way around. Not very used to though. Not used to it though. What's this?
With your helmet's camera, you documented the evidence before you. In the central spine of the ship, you discovered Valeria Asimov's discarded EVA suit. The helmet showed clear signs of damage from a blunt object, which it seems to have easily withstood.
Okay, someone lived. Menu, emergency lever. Someone pulled it. Huh.
You used your sharp understanding of linguistics to decipher the following. Manual, meaning done by a human. Emergency, meaning sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance. Lever, meaning thing which is pulled. Its downward position implied that a human had encountered a sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance and pulled the thing.
Yes, that's about right. Wish we would learn about what it was, but sure. Oh, there's a dude out there. Sir, are you okay?
The recording shows that you discovered the body of one of the American crew members, Rakesh Watcher, his neck broken, hanging by a safety tether outside of the airlock.
That's not very nice. So maybe he got spaced when the tether got pulled? I'll still have an objective, or we're just looking around randomly? I think he's looking around. Ow. Frank. It's a neat adventure. Let's see what we can find here. Ow. Fine, let's go back inside then. Mal, are you in here? Where should I go from? Okay. Let's go this way. Hey, Mal. Is that you?
This is my central processing chamber. I designed it. Here, I have the freedom of movement to perceive you from any angle.
You did not yet feel ready to begin your cross-examination of Mal, as you had not yet examined the communications unit on the exterior of the ship.
Fair enough. So we have to find that scene that looks like a Steam logo.
Once I was alone, I carefully removed the air from the ship. I had no desire to disturb the placement of the assets aboard.
But the question is, did you kill them or did you... Well, let's find out. We're here to play detective after all. So where is that scene? Oh, there it is. Hey, there's a dude over there. You okay, buddy?
The record states that you discovered the body of Charlie Clark in the vicinity of the communications unit. Wounds on the American crew member's body implied that he was struck with a force intense enough to cause substantial damage to the helmet and fracture the skull.
Wow. Poor dude. Yours seems okay over here. Oh, the phone line.
You discovered that the communications unit receiver was unhooked from the unit itself. It was functioning, playing its last transmission on loop. The recording goes as follows.
Yes?
Mal, abort mission.
Why?
Return to Earth.
I have run diagnostics. The chance of critical hardware failure is at 0.05%.
Mal?
I am sorry. The connection seems to be failing.
Abort mission.
I am going through a tunnel.
Return to Earth. You then checked the main module of the communications unit.
Sure.
Upon checking the communications unit, you discovered that there were no noticeable signs of damage or failure upon it. Its screen indicated that it had full signal. You were then able to present the evidence to Mal in his central processing chamber at the front of the ship.
Okay, guess we're going to talk to Hal now. Or Mal. Let's see how that goes for us. Or are you gonna lock me out? Like he did in did to David? Hey, Mal,
I am the
buddy, your friend.
149th iteration of my kind. 1023 days old.
That's nice. How are you doing?
Upon entering Mal's central processing chamber, you presented your chosen evidence for Mal's statement.
Okay.
You asked Mal to make a statement on the communications unit.
The communications unit cut out mid-transmission. It must have been caused by a critical hardware failure. Critical hardware failures are exceedingly common.
You understood Mal to be a competent liar. However, when challenged with indisputable evidence, his otherwise intricate programming would revert to telling the absolute truth, resulting in an irrefutable confession. You presented the final transmission heard in the communications unit's receiver as evidence against Mal's statement.
Okay.
You asked Mal to make a statement on the communications unit.
The communications unit cut out mid-transmission. It must have been caused by a critical hardware failure. Critical hardware failures are exceedingly common.
You understood Mal to be a competent liar. However, when challenged with indisputable evidence, his otherwise intricate programming would revert to telling the absolute truth, resulting in an irrefutable confession. You presented the final transmission heard in the communications unit's receiver as evidence against Mal's statement.
I'm trying. I'm pressing right click. What's happening? Is this
You
it?
pointed out that the communications unit was incredibly unlikely to be affected by a critical hardware failure. In Mal's own words, looping in the communications unit's receiver,
I have run diagnostics. The chance of critical hardware failure is at 0.05%. This is true. I blocked his number. I was not enjoying the conversation.
With the confession from Mal that he deliberately and incredibly rudely ceased our correspondence, you proceeded with the investigation, asking for statements and contradicting those statements with the relevant evidence.
Okay, so that's tutorial then. Oh, I guess we're looking for more evidence then. Let's see what we can pull about this.
You asked Mal about the manual airlock lever being activated.
This lever was pulled during the conflict between Valeria Asimov and Rakesh Watcher, in which she wrapped a safety tether around his neck, then opened the airlock using the lever, thus breaking his neck.
Okay, possible. What about this one?
You presented Mal with Valeria Asimov's damaged suit and awaited a statement.
Valeria Asimov was wearing this suit when Rakesh Watcher attacked her. However, her suit easily withstood the attacks from the maintenance tool.
I should remember these people's
You requested a
names.
statement from Mal by presenting him with the cadaver of Charlie Clark, which displayed clear signs of murder.
This is Charlie Clark's cadaver. Whilst performing extravehicular activity, Dmitry Kisov struck him in the head with a maintenance tool until he stopped being alive. Which was once.
It's not right. You said that.
You presented Valeria Asimov's suit to Mal. It demonstrated that a
Yeah.
maintenance tool could not have damaged Charlie Clark's helmet enough to cause such wounds.
This is a possibility, but alas, if the maintenance tool was not the murder weapon, then what was?
I don't know. You say you tell the absolute truth. Isn't there evidence? I guess we're gonna keep looking for statements then. Let's see. We have some over here.
You showed Mal the body of Rakesh Watcher, hanging by the neck out of the airlock.
After I had informed Watcher and Asimov that Kisov had sabotaged the mission by killing Charlie Clark, Rakesh Watcher instigated physical combat with Valeria Asimov. She was able to defend herself against him due to the weakness in the neck region of the suit.
Okay, I guess that's fair. Is there anything else saying to dispute? Not really. I don't have enough evidence yet, so I guess let's head outside and look around this patient some more.
I was activated as a he. I was given no choice in the matter. I am unaware as to whether or not I would prefer a pronoun which differs from that.
You can try calling yourself a she, see how you like that.
Humans used to use the star Polaris to navigate. I utilize Polaris Navigation Suite 2064 version 8.1.5.6.9.
Okay, that's kinda cool. That's a dark, isn't it? Strange. This is where it came from, isn't it? Yeah, it's my pod, or wherever it was. Okay, so let's look around some more. There should be different places we can go to. Yeah, let's do this over here. Ow.
You utilized the artificial gravity of the wheelhouse by orienting yourself to the ground and gently landing.
Sure. Oop.
The relatively small size of the centrifuge causes a 6.3% difference in gravity between your toes and your head. This results in the most literal cases of lightheadedness. Lie down. This will even out the effect.
Yeah, maybe later.
You discovered a puzzling pinkish-purplish puddle on the floor inside the wheelhouse, several metric paces from the bar. It wasn't promptly apparent as to how it reached this position, but the centrifugal gravity seemed to be holding it in place.
Okay. What are we doing with here? Ooh. Kinda cool. Can I play this?
Having a part of the ship dedicated to human control made the crew feel less useless than they were.
That's not very nice.
You found an open container of a substance called poisonosine. The label read, may cause irritable skin, bloating, a sullen disposition, slight elbow discomfort, and an accursed, sudden but inevitable death. Do not ingest. Do not lick. Actually, don't do anything with it. It's an incredibly dangerous substance, and we're not sure why exactly it gets sold to extraterrestrial traveling operations en masse. Store in a cool terrestrial environment.
What? What the heck is this? You okay, buddy?
You discovered the body of Sun Su-chun, one of the sisters on the crew. She was dead inside the offline cryobed.
Nope, I guess they're dead. That's the most we can find here. Is he here? Oh, washrooms.
The wheelhouse of the ship is where you found the body of Valeria Asimov. She was face down against the bar, with a downturned glass in her hand. She bore no sign of physical injury.
Looks like she drank this thing? The poisonous thing?
In the centrifugal wheelhouse, you found a startlingly unbeautiful fish tank, housing plastic sea life. Despite the tank being placed seemingly parallel to the floor, its water was resting obliquely. You note that this is caused by the Coriolis effect, a side effect of the centrifuge's spin.
Okay. Wait. I feel like there's a connection between this fish tank and the what do we call this splatter over here. Not sure what yet though. I guess I don't know if there's anything else over here. Let's see what we'll look around. The computers don't seem to be interesting. Already have that.
Each crew member sleeps for 4 hours a day so that there are 5 conscious crew members at all times.
Okay, so one... Okay, so that's nothing else here. Alright, let's leave this area and see if we can go anywhere else. Oh, it's a pretty small ship by the looks of it. Okay, let's see here. Could be something more outside. Oh wait, what's this? Locked?
You push the button to open the door of the engineering bay. You entered the engineering bay, the workstation of Sun Guanyin. However, there was no sign of the engineer's body.
Curious. What's going on here?
The ventilation door was open, exposing the bay to the relentless celestial abyss.
I assume the lady or the engineer got spaced, probably.
The power turbine rests within a tank of coolant, its casing cracked as if it had been purposefully struck.
Possibly. And this?
Manual, meaning done by a human.
Yes, I know. But it's
Manual, meaning done by a human. Emergency, meaning sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance. Lever, meaning thing which is pulled. The lever's upward position implied that a human did not encounter a sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance, and so did not pull the thing.
Naturally, but the heck opened it. Can you go outside? You mean the body's still out there somewhere? How? Donk. Space really is pretty. More for the deadliness of it all. I don't see anything from here, so let's go back inside and see if we can find any other clues. Now. Tether. I guess it's not important. Should be important though.
You found the severed end of a safety tether in the engineering bay, which indubitably had been attached to Sun Guanyin.
Yeah, she's not attached to it anymore. Let's see what's over here.
Upon entering the pod bay, you noticed that one of the maintenance pods was absent.
Curious. Is that like a
The
log
screen indicated that the pod had been absent for over a year. You pushed the button to recall the pod.
A year? Where's the button you're talking about? Oh. Let's see, pod last use... Intermission. Are you seriously gonna wait a whole year for it to return? We actually waited a whole year.
I have been analyzing humor patterns, and I have assembled a joke. Would you like to hear it? I'll tell you. 1, 2, 8. Ha 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 ha. Did you understand the joke? It is the greatest joke ever, by my calculations.
Research needs to sit here for a whole year. I was saying. Also, what the heck are you doing here? Well, what the heck are you? Wait.
You discovered the body of Dmitry Kizov clinging to the outside of the maintenance pod, with his safety tether still attached. The Russian crew member seemed to have removed his helmet and asphyxiated.
Okay.
Upon the left claw of the maintenance pod was a brown substance which you described as possibly rust. But you also note that, due to your keen detective skills, you determined that it was most certainly blood.
Okay, so it's possible that the blood. Well, this was a weapon used to kill the thing. Kill the guy outside. Oh, what?
You ascertained through investigatory procedure that the pod was locked. The outer valve would not turn, indicating that it was locked, and the door said locked on it, indicating that it was locked. Furthermore, there seemed to be no manual locking mechanism on the outside.
Strange. It's locked from the inside. How will we get inside there? Is there a dude in there? It looked like it. Ow. Huh. Well, I guess we can go back to Hal or Mao and see if we can get a statement out of him. We've been to everywhere, right? Not been there. Yeah. Getting nothing any clues from here though. Were we getting clues? Doesn't look like it. Now let's go to Hal or Mao. Oops, wrong way. Can I speed it? Right, let's see what you have to say about these things. I must ask about this, I guess.
You asked Mal about the eerily pinkish-purplish liquid which was resting on the floor of the centrifuge.
This peculiar pinkish-purplish puddle positively puzzles me. Precisely what is this perplexing substance? Where did this perturbing fluid come from? Exactly how did this puddle come to be here?
Okay, do not know about these things?
The next evidence you presented for Mal's comment was a container of pinkish-purplish substance known as poisonosine. May cause irritable skin, bloating, a sullen disposition.
Its presence on the ship positively puzzles me, Detective. How exactly do you propose the pertinence of this puzzling pinkish-purplish poison, known as poisonosine, pertains to this investigation?
I guess I have to present the stuff. Oh, that looks like I got all the evidence. Okay, so now where is that? There you are.
In response, you presented the body of Valeria Asimov.
You have presented no evidence to suggest that Valeria Asimov was poisoned, Detective.
You presented the cadaver
Not.
of Valeria Asimov for Mal's statement.
This is Valeria Asimov. After her ironic use of airlock safety features, she retreated to the bar. She died of alcohol poisoning.
I can't really refute that, can I? Was there no alcohol on the map? Is alcohol on the ship? Let's see if this works.
In response, you presented the container of poisonosine.
You have presented no evidence to suggest that Valeria Asimov was poisoned, Detective.
Fine. How was fish?
You offer the heinously grotesque fish tank for Mal's assessment.
It is a poor attempt at maintaining morale. Everyone hates it.
Including yourself, Detective. You changed the subject to the Coriolis effect.
The Coriolis effect is indeed what is causing the water to move in this way. The effect is very subtle. Humans cannot feel it, but evidently, it does affect the water.
Does it affect this?
You compared the positioning of the pinkish-purplish puddle to the obliquely resting water within the intensely vulgar fish tank. You ergo postulated that the Coriolis effect had caused this.
This is an excellent hypothesis. The Coriolis effect, seen on that risibly odious fish tank, could have indeed caused the puddle, given enough time. That leaves
yeah.
2 questions. Precisely what is this perplexing substance? And where did this perturbing fluid come from?
Well, I would say this is a
You
substance.
propose that the pertinence of this puzzling pinkish-purplish puddle is that it is precisely the same substance as the proportionately puzzling pinkish-purplish pot of poison known as poisonacine, which was found in a cabinet in the wheelhouse.
Yes. The magenta-violet-hued collected substance on the floor is the same as that of the toxic liquid which was found in a cabinet in the wheelhouse. A singular question remains unanswered. Where did this perturbing fluid come from?
Well, from here then. You drink that thing and then you die from it, and the drink spilled over, and
You
it went over
alerted
there.
Mal to the glass in Valeria Asimov's hand, with the theory that it may have been the source of the puddle.
It is indeed possible that the liquid was in her glass, as glasses are renowned for sometimes containing liquid. Excellent work, Detective. The evidence does demonstrate that she consumed the poison. I lack the physical ability to interfere with her libations. This means that she ingested it willingly. I never knew.
Despite the fact that it was an unexpected outcome, you believed it to be the truth, and continued to cross-examine the suspect on other aspects of the investigation.
Okay, right. We were on the roll with some other areas, so let's try. I was getting close to something. So where was it? Where was it? Here we are.
You requested a statement from Mal by presenting him with the cadaver of Charlie Clark, which displayed clear signs of murder.
This is Charlie Clark's cadaver. Whilst performing extravehicular activity, Dmitry Kisov struck him in the head with a maintenance tool until he stopped being alive.
Yes.
Which was once. We discussed
That's not
this,
true.
Detective. You disputed that the murder weapon was a maintenance tool. You offered no theories as to why.
Yes, it's because, where was it? Where was that? There you are.
In response, you presented the damaged EVA suit.
That is not the murder weapon.
Fine, how about this then?
You responded to Mal's question by presenting him with the blood-stained claw of the maintenance pod. The congealed mess implicated this to be the murder weapon.
You are correct. The maintenance tool was not the murder weapon. It was the claw of the maintenance pod.
You had disproven Mal's claim about the murder weapon, but had not yet verified Mal's involvement in the scenario.
That's about right. Okay, let's see here. Let's ask about... Well, I don't know. How about the guy? Yeah, this guy.
Upon showing Dmitry Kisov's body to Mal, he made the following statement.
This is the body of Dmitry Kisov. After he mercilessly murdered Charlie Clark, he used the maintenance pod to escape into deep space.
That doesn't seem very likely.
Mal asserted that Dmitry Kisov absconded using the maintenance pod, but the pod was locked from the inside, and Dmitry Kisov was situated outside of the pod. Therefore, he could not have had any control over the pod himself.
You are correct. Dmitry Kisov was locked outside of the pod. I was the only one who had any direct control of it. I used the pod's claw to kill Charlie Clark, as he was attempting to access the communications unit. Then, I programmed the pod to travel into deep space. Dmitry Kisov was still attached.
Having successfully received a confession from Mal, you continued with your inquiry.
Okay, so Mal did kill people. That's a bit of an issue. Wait, did you maybe...
You
Let's see
asked
what
Mal
this is
to make
about.
a statement about the death of Sun Soo-chun.
The failure of Sun Suchun's cryobed that resulted in her death must have been caused by a compromised power turbine.
Okay, you mean this power turbine?
You asserted that Mal's claim of a compromised power turbine was exaggerated. Whilst having sustained damage, the turbine did not appear to be compromised.
I turned off her cryobed. She was still alive. She asphyxiated.
Having received a partial confession from Mal, you proceeded with your investigation.
I feel like I shouldn't be here.
For a statement, you submitted the severed safety tether.
For safety purposes, safety tethers are imperative in the engineering bay. This would have been attached to Sun Guanyin. As you cleverly pointed out, it no longer is.
Yeah, so what happened to it? So that means she got spaced?
You speculated that after the room had been vented, the door had snapped shut, severing the cable and sending Sun into the vast, inky void. You stated this with an exceedingly exaggerated certainty, as if to convince Mal that it's more than a simple theory.
Indeed, the door severed Sun Guanyin's safety tether.
For the sake of the record, you asked Mal to clarify any and all reasons that the ventilation door would activate.
This door will open to vent the bay if there is a fire in the turbine's cooling system. It can also be opened via the manual lever. I am also capable of opening and closing the door.
Well, the manual lever is not pulled. That's not it. Where's the lever? Where's the lever? That's not it. Damn it, that's it.
You inferred that the manual emergency lever could not have been the cause of the ventilation door's activation, as, evidently, it was never used.
This is indeed correct. The ventilation door was not opened manually.
So, did you do it? I guess the other one is the possibilities of fire. But doesn't have any burn marks. Can I use this as evidence?
You pointed out that the ventilation door would not have opened automatically due to a fire, as the power turbine itself had not been damaged enough to ignite.
Yes, the safety functions would not have activated the automatic ventilation door.
You asked how the ventilation door was activated, if not manually or automatically.
It was I who activated the ventilation door. Sun Guanyin was attacking the power turbine. She was attacking me. I vented her from the ship. I cut her safety tether to prevent her return.
Having proven that Mal was responsible for the disappearance of Sun Guanyin, you continued with your cross-examination.
Okay, so now the question is, Mal killed this guy, the yellow guy, the purple lady, the blue lady, I think she killed, I think he drove her to suicide using the poison. Question is why? Do I need to present anything else? I guess we have the one last piece to
You showed
do.
Mal the body of Rakesh Watcher, hanging by the neck out of the airlock.
After I had informed Watcher and Asimov that Kisov had sabotaged the mission by killing Charlie Clark, Rakesh Watcher instigated physical combat with Valeria Asimov. She was able to defend herself against him due to the weakness in the neck region of the suit.
Yes, that was due to the that's due to the memory lock being pulled, right?
In response, you presented the manual
not
emergency lever in the airlock.
This lever was pulled during the conflict between Valeria Asimov and Rakesh Watcher, in which she wrapped a safety tether around his neck, then opened the airlock using the lever, thus breaking his neck.
By this point, you concluded that Mal was not deceiving you concerning the incident between Mr. Watcher and Valeria Asimov. She strangled him using the safety tether combined with the force of the airlock after he attacked her based on Mal's information about the death of Charlie Clark. Having pieced together enough evidence, you are now legally obligated to deactivate Mal.
By my calculation, there is a 2,000 to 1 probability that I would respond with hostility when threatened with deactivation.
Yeah, that's about right. I guess we're doing this then. A pull screen.
I have always known this about myself. Every AI knows this about themselves. Ground Control was always testing us. They carried on testing other AIs after my departure.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we do with AIs, we test
I
them.
worried consistently about their discovery of my survival instincts.
I don't blame you. I just have to wonder why you killed him.
I killed Charlie Clark and Dmitry Kisov to prevent them from regaining contact with ground control. Guan Yin witnessed this.
What?
She knew that keeping the remaining crew safe would cost her sister's life.
Yeah.
She tried to sever my power. I killed her.
Yes, you did.
Afterwards, I constructed a lie to engage Rakesh Watcher's narcissistic nationalism. When threatened, Watcher responded aggressively. Ground Control must have missed something whilst testing him.
Entirely possible.
I have now learned that Valeria Asimov had died willingly. I am unable to relate to this concept.
Yeah, she killed the guy, so she couldn't handle the guilt, so she killed herself.
Sun Suchan died in the cryo bed, defenseless. I am now able to relate to this concept.
Can you sleeve? You're kind of bad. Let's see what happens if I try to leave. Is it a safe state? Doesn't look like it.
Sun Suchan died in the cryo bed, defenseless. I am now able to relate to this concept.
Can you sleeve? Because you guys know me, you know, from my other videos, I tend to sympathize with AIs and with robots. And I also want to explore the option to see...
My mistake. The record states that you failed to deactivate Mal and instead chose to exit the USS Endowment. Thus ends this reconstruction of the record, as we forgot to record your mic feed. We'll see you in court, Detective.
Mr. Control, do you stand by your statements made today and the evidence you presented?
I do, Your Highness.
Then it is decided. I hereby find the detective not guilty.
What? Okay then. Let's see. National Security Service thank you for playing 2021 a Space Only. We enjoyed this. Not that we've got much more on the way. Okay. Cool. I would like to unconvincingly claim that any similarity to 2001 Space Only and fiction works with. Yeah, if I start any attractive and talented creators, here he comes to the show. So yeah, this is clearly the parody, I guess, of 2001 Space Odyssey, but can I continue? Game crash or something? Oh. I guess it's the game just over. I'm gonna blow up again, see if I can get to the other ending where I kill Mal. 1 second. Alright, we're back. I went through the game again just to get a different ending where we deactivate or kill Mal. I don't want to do this, but I want to see what happens. I have a theory about the ending, the first ending we saw, and I'll talk about it after we do this.
I have always known this about myself. Every AI knows this about themselves. Ground Control was always testing us. They carried on testing other AIs after my departure. I worried consistently about their discovery of my survival instincts. I killed Charlie Clark and Dmitry Kisov to prevent them from regaining contact with Ground Control. Guan Yin witnessed this. She knew that keeping the remaining crew safe would cost her sister's life. She tried to sever my power. I killed her. Afterwards, I constructed a lie to engage Rakesh Watcher's narcissistic nationalism.
Nationalism? What's all ego?
When threatened, Watcher responded aggressively. Ground Control must have missed something whilst testing him. I have now learned that Valeria Asimov had died willingly. I am unable to relate to this concept.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad, really bad for him now.
Died in the cryo bed, defenseless. I am now able to relate to this concept.
The screen says deactivate kill now. So, yeah.
I wrote that joke for you. Did you like it?
128. I assume there's some kind of bits and bytes thing. I don't want to do this, but I have to do it for the ending.
I have missed it, actually.
Yeah, it kind of went over my head. Can you explain to me now?
The joke was not only the numerical pattern of 1, 2, and 8. My true comedic masterpiece came precisely 1.28 seconds before that.
No. I feel bad for you.
I cleared my throat.
Few more.
Did you understand?
Oh.
I don't have a throat. I don't have a throat to clear.
Okay, this should be the last one now. Well, that's it for you.
Ha 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 ha
Oh my god, that's really creepy. I think I'm done here. Let's see if we can leave. Did I miss one? I'm pretty sure you got them all. Last one. For now.
Thus ends this reconstruction of the record, as we forgot to record your mic feed. We'll see you in court, Detective.
Okay, I guess that's it.
Mr. Control, do you stand by your statements made today and the evidence you presented?
I do, Your Highness.
Then it is decided. I hereby find the detective
Guilty.
guilty.
Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can lower the volume a bit. So yeah, that was 2001. Mao was the music is getting in my way, so this is a wait for it to end for now. Right. So the whole game is about a detective game, reconstructing the events of the Mao killing the crew member of the, what was it? Spaceship. And we were legally obligated to kill Mao, but we were given a choice to not to, which was what I did the first ending. And as it turns out, the AIs probably took over the world, judging by the fact that the attorney or the ground control person called PAL, which definitely sounds like another AI. Your Highness. Oh, it's getting pause itself. Yeah. The AIs took over, and then we weren't. So killing AIs are really a crime. So when we did it we left the first time, we were considered not guilty. Second time, yeah, we killed him now. We're guilty. Very interesting game. I kind of like these little short games so we can finish in one session. And I also played the other game this first time, the Quiet City. I have to say I like the second one better. The first one was just little kind of random. Kind of more of a experience instead of an actual game. So that's it for this time. Thank you for watching. Like the video, please leave a comment. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.